Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Dimples on Demand, and this is episode 3 of Keeping Up with Car-Dashings. So in today's episode, I wanted to be a little bit more serious and discuss an event that took place last week. So one of my good friends sent me a link to a Fox News story about a woman that was doing grocery deliveries, and she was actually dragged into the customer's home and attacked. Now, I'm going to play some of the video, but I'm not going to play all of it because it is unsettling and a bit disturbing. But I will link it below, so if you guys want to watch the entire thing, you can. So I'm going to insert that clip now.
Megan had to meet her in person to scan her ID, so she knocked on the door and...
It was actually a woman wrapped in a towel, and she was hysterically crying. And she said, "I'm so glad you're here. You have saved my life. Can I have a hug?"
Megan says she felt for the woman and gave her a hug.
As I hugged her, that's when she dragged me into the home and got me by my wrist and in a position that I was unable to get away from her. And she pulled me all the way through the back of the house and took me into her bedroom.
After having her hair pulled and being choked, Megan was able to get a free hand and call 911. That's when she says Blanchard grabbed her phone and threw it across the room. Eventually, she was able to get free.
I ran through the house towards the front door. As I got there, there was about 5 or 6 deadbolts on the door that were all locked. So I got to about the 3rd one, got them unlocked, and she caught back up to me, got back on my back.
So the woman that was attacked, she was delivering groceries. Now, it doesn't state whether or not she was delivering for Shipt or Instacart or Corner Shop. Honestly, it doesn't matter. She was delivering groceries, and usually it's a leave at the door grocery delivery. But this specific customer had alcohol, or her order contained alcohol. So the young woman, her name is Megan. Megan had to obtain the customer's ID in order to verify that she was of age before leaving the alcohol with her. In the clip, she states that she rang the doorbell and the customer came to the door in a towel. The customer was hysterically crying, and she was, she clearly was flustered. And she said, "I'm so glad you're here. Can I have a hug?" Like she said, "I'm so glad you're here. You saved my life. Can I have a hug?" And Megan felt for her, because if someone says that to you, clearly they were seeking your help, or so she thought. So she ended up giving the customer a hug, and at that point she pulled her all the way into the house, to the back of the house, and she started to choke her and just become very abusive with her. She was attacking her in her house. She later goes on to say that she was able to break free and call 911, but that the customer ended up knocking the phone out of her hand and continued to attack her. The good thing about 911 is once you call them, they are able to pinpoint your location. So luckily, the cops did make it to the location. They did hear the wrestling that was happening in the house, or the fighting that was taking place in the house, and the screaming, and they found the customer on top of Megan. So thank God she was arrested. Megan is safe. But what a scary thing to go through. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is we have to remember to be very careful. We are vulnerable because the customers have an upfront view of who we are, in a sense, right? So they know our names, they can see our photos, so they can tell if they could just tell who we are. We, on the other hand, we don't know what we are getting into when we make these deliveries. We have a name, but we don't have a a picture to accompany that name. And you actually never know what you're going to encounter during your delivery. Coming from Brooklyn, I have to tell you that I 100% of the time was always on guard and always aware of my surroundings, of I would notice certain things. I was always wary about apartment buildings. I just paid a lot of attention. And moving to New Jersey, that has not disappeared. Like, I'm still looking around, checking to see if it's safe. I know you guys hear me speak about delivering to neighborhoods that I don't believe is safe, but that's just me. Nowhere is safe. Let's just keep it real. But I am extra careful when I'm making these deliveries because you really never know what's going to happen. You don't know what can be waiting on the other side of the door, what that person is going to do to you. And unfortunately, Megan had to experience that for herself. But I want you guys to be safe, be aware. If you don't feel comfortable, then you have the right. You have the right to say, to support, I don't feel comfortable making this delivery. I remember I was doing a delivery in Brooklyn and I really and truly did not feel comfortable. It was really late and I just had a strange feeling, and I ended up calling support and I said I don't feel comfortable, and they said okay. They can't not tell you that you don't have the right to feel how you feel. So they told me okay, and I didn't have to do the delivery. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. If you don't feel safe, you can say I can't do this, and that's fine. They should not object. I remember a subscriber, she ended up messaging me on Instagram once, and she was in a situation making an Instacart delivery and she did not feel comfortable dealing with the customer. If I could recall correctly, he was very rude to her and she just didn't feel safe, and she ended up calling me via video chat, and I was able to stay with her as she made the delivery. And thank God, like, you know, like I made it. I was there. I was like, I'm not hanging up. I'm not hanging up. So I say all of this to say, just watch your backs, basically. Don't live in fear, but just be more aware. Protect yourself. Don't do anything illegal, but protect yourself. And yeah, this is a side gig. We don't need to be this poor woman. Like, she said in the clip that she never expected that doing this kind of work will put her in any danger. Now again, anything can happen anywhere, but we just need to be aware of what's going on. Anyway, that is it for this episode. It was short and serious, but I think it is important to have these discussions and to know what is going on in the world, what is affecting other shoppers and delivery drivers such as myself, and yeah, just to put it out there so you guys, you know what's going on. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys for coming back to watch another one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.